Been a hockey fan since I was a child, and to have a major league team in Hartford, it was just awesome. I was in my glory, absolutely.
Enjoyed this hockey club over the years in the World Hockey Association and the National Hockey League. Here's a loose puck for Castles, combed by Sanders. He tried to pop in the slot. Norton tied him up, though.
Booster Club has 65 members to date, which isn't too bad. We don't have a team.
Sanderson tried to turn it back to Castles, who centered to Deneen, and a wrist shot. He scores! Kevin Deneen centered to that puck by Andrew Castles and Jeff Sanderson as they wove the pattern.
NHL teams, hockey teams, sports teams, they're not simply business entities. Sports teams in general have a lot more to do with tradition in the communities.
Hartford is a small community. They're tightly knit. We've broken bread with all the players many a times.
Whalers were a different kind of people. They would work hard every game, almost every game.
I never had a bad experience with any player. Game after game after game, they all were important to me. I miss them dearly. Hi, I'm Marty Evtushek. I am a lifelong Whaler fan. This is my wife Diane. She's never been to a Whalers game.
Hello.
She never went to a hockey game until she met me 4 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
What was she thinking?
What was she thinking?
My name is Alan Looper, and I am currently sit on the board of directors for the Hartford Whalers Booster Club.
Hartford's a better market than Long Island.
Pretty much, the Whalers, even though they don't exist, have a lot going for them.
I'm Alan Victor, and I'm president of the Booster Club.
You talk Whalers with anyone outside Connecticut, and the immediate response is, oh yeah, the Hartford Whalers.
The Whalers really began, quite interestingly, as the Boston Whalers, they're the WHA. And the WHA was the sort of second professional league that had been adapted to follow parallel to the NHL.
The WHA was excellent hockey.
But Boston was already an area that was very much saturated within hockey.
Howard Baldwin was managing general partner.
They thought Hartford, Connecticut, would be a much more suitable place. They moved in to the then completed Civic Center in 1975.
WHA was struggling. Howard Baldwin brokered a deal to bring 4 teams from the WHA into the NHL: Quebec, Winnipeg, Edmonton, and Hartford.
This merger really was a wonderful thing for the organization. They moved ahead and became more of a community establishment. They were very well received.
The Booster Club was formed shortly after the Whalers got to Connecticut. That's where I discovered hockey trips. There's a camaraderie when you go to away games because you are in the enemy territory. You've got 100 people as versus 18 to 20,000. So it's you really get tight.
And we used to get buried, the Whalers suck and all that. Well, we may suck, but you swallow, so.
We have the Brass Bonanza, which is an unbelievable tradition that cannot be left go. The Hartford Whalers logo is considered the best sports logo of all time. Within the negative space of the whale tail and the W, there forms the hidden H. You see how the silver and the blue highlights accentuate the entire uniform, bringing together a really elegant color combination. And the whale is the state animal of Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Ron Francis.
He was captain of the team. He's got the record for most points, most goals, most time played for the franchise. He was a franchise, like his nickname was, Ronnie Franchise.
Joel Samuelson. I like his play, Dusty Gritty.
But he's also a goofball.
Yeah, he's a goofball.
He's always a goofball, but when he was on the ice, he was all business. Like I say, Kevin Deneen's my favorite.
You never had to worry about him. He showed up and he played every game like it was his last or his first.
The way Kevin went around Larry Robinson in the playoffs was a thing of beauty.
Anderson, right on the doorstep. period, period.
Every day, growing up, we would dream about...
Ronnie Francis and Ulf Samuelson for 3 stiffs.
When he heard of the trade, it hit him right here. He didn't want to leave.
Because we lost so many fans from that trade.
And then later the Kevin Dineen trade. Why would they do that? It absolutely dumbfounded the fan base. It very much angered them.
That was the beginning of the end.
After that, the team went through a kind of a downward slide.
They kept changing ownership, and each one, they were not hockey people.
Peter Kamanos says he will take this organization and he will mold it because of his connections with the Detroit Red Wings. He had worked with them before. He's very passionate. He's great. Well, it turned out that he had gotten a sweetheart deal.
We were going to give Kamanos everything: concessions, parking, a new stadium. No matter what we did, he wanted to up the ante all the time.
Peter Kamanos privately never intended on keeping the team here.
So we ended up with an owner that didn't want to be here.
And finally, they gave up.
There's a lot of blame can go around for the Whalers.
Some people say that it's the fans, but the fans, they came in droves.
There's no leadership within the NHL.
Well, when we heard that we were going to lose the team, I was adamant that we weren't going to lose them. It was just no way we were going to lose them. That something would happen, that we'd keep them. But then it got further and further into the end of the season, and they were leaving.
It was a very, very tough time.
The Hartford Whalers are home for the final time. Our Sports Channel cameras are inside the Hartford Civic Center to capture the emotion of this historic day.
I had my seat with all my buddies in Section 302. The tears, the grief, the anguish was just almost unbearable. The signs there. I've often said if I could have gotten up on the catwalks, I would have jumped. I didn't stay for the ceremony after the game. I was so crushed.
It's been my pleasure to be associated with you, the fans, for your support and the enthusiasm you show in this building. There's none other. And on behalf of all the players that have left Hartford and the guys that are sitting on this bench, we just want to say thank you from all of us. God bless, and thank you very much.
As soon as the game was over, I ran out and cried my eyes out and came home. And was bummed out for months after that.
I lost 2 things that day. I lost the Whalers, and my sister died on that day of lung cancer. I had gone to the arena because I worked at the Civic Center, and shortly after, just after the game started, my wife paged me that my sister was passing. Jumped in the car, went to Farmington, the UConn Medical Center. She passed, spent a little time with her, then went back and got back just before the end of the game.
Face off in the zone. That's all that remains. And the crowd is cherishing every moment. Norton in the corner. It's over, folks. It's been a great ride. The Whalers will go out winners.
Losing the Whalers was like losing my sister because it didn't come back. It was absolutely a devastating loss, just like you're losing a family member, because that's the way I thought of the Whalers. They were family.